Hello, people. My first podcast on this channel. We're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball Super in general, kind of like a review, but we're gonna, off the cuffs about, discussing a little bit of the sagas and what we think, etc., etc. So let's start with the saga of God of Destruction Beerus. We all know that this started with the film back in 2015, 14 maybe. I think it was 15.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. All right. So
No, 14.
14.
Yeah,
Wow, it
because I
was.
was just getting into university.
Oh wow. All right. So what do you think about the God of Destruction Beerus saga in the Super Dragon Ball Super anime?
Being honest, in the anime, I found it sort of unnecessary
Yeah. Everyone feels
because
so.
it was basically the same as the movie. And I'm not gonna make the stupid argument of, oh, but the animation sucks. Look, it just sucked in episode 5, and that was because they were being rushed. Because when they released the
Yeah.
HD
Mhm.
DVDs,
Yeah.
the
Blu-ray.
animation looks beautiful in that episode.
Exactly.
But you have to remember that the reason they released the Beer Saga again on the anime, the same with the Resurrection S Saga. They did it because they needed time to plan out what they were gonna do, create new characters, get the people that were going to be developing the series. They needed time to start it.
Exactly. Hmm. Yeah, I fully agree on that. Because of the animation, people been like really skeptical about. It looks bad. I don't know if I should watch it. I think Dragon Ball lost its touch. It's not like Dragon Ball Z. People were really. Dragon Ball Super had a really hard, rough start. We all know that it's like it was really bad. I can guarantee you that. But I didn't really care. I mean, it looked bad, but the kid in me wanted to just like let's just watch Dragon Ball. I mean, like I was like 23 maybe. I don't know. 20 20 to 22. I forgot. So there was this god Beerus. uh the Beerus, he dreamt about a god, a Saiyan god, which is still today. I don't think it's Goku. I think it's the new one that is coming this year. So let's just leave that in at the end. So he just dreamt about this god of uh Saiyan god, and they both fight just like in the movie. They were they were still slow because it was episode behind episode, and it was dragging a lot. Like we all say, it was unnecessary, but there were also other stuff that they add, which was all right. I can there's something else between that. I mean, that we could say that okay, it's a little bit different from the film, but overall it's like it was the film in total. It ended up just like the film. So yeah. Anything else you want to say about this saga?
Well, the one thing I did find interesting about the saga in the anime is that that saga proved that Goku could take on Superman and even beat him. Because if you remember correctly, he almost destroyed the universe in clashing three punches with Beerus.
Yeah, they totally throw that detail right there. I really
Yeah,
like
and
that.
it's like,
¿Qué le pasa a este? Sí, yo te aviso. Oh boy. No. All right, love you too, man. So he didn't heard anything about the Superman, right?
I think he does.
Oh,
Although
freak.
he thinks Luffy can be Goku, which is like, no,
What?
Goku, Luffy can barely blow up an island.
Okay, we're not gonna get versus anime here. Um, we all know that
It's not
Goku.
even an argument. Goku could just blow up Luffy's universe.
Yeah, i arguments and fanboys will will get into really hardcore detail on their their favorites. So we're not gonna get into that. So let's just keep on. Um, yeah, I that detail from that because in the movie they didn't show that they were like shaking the whole universe. Like even from the really far from the universe felt their power. Like wow, I really like that. I mean, like, okay, they did something different from the film. So I was like, okay, so now it's worth watching it. Now it's like I can guarantee you that I can recommend this to someone. Oh yeah, I can. I know it's the same thing, but it also adds details to the fighting, Beerus versus Goku, in which you will say, okay, that detail was really good and was, that that states facts about what Goku can actually do, you know. So
Yeah, and it shows just how much of a fighting genius he truly is because
exactly,
Beerus has been training under Whis for hundreds of years.
and
And I'm
sleeping.
being generous because it's probably been thousands of years.
Yeah,
But when you look at Goku and they almost destroyed the universe, he's like, oh, wait, now I know what I gotta do. And he started perfectly matching Beerus's blows, each and every single one of them with the same strength. And it's like, how do you do that on the fly? You get on the level of a god,
mm-hmm.
you read his movements, and you match him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, and he actually powered down because he at the end he didn't have the actual transformation of the Saiyan God as the red-haired one, and he continued fighting Beerus. So that's a really good fact right there. I mean, through the whole Dragon Ball Super anime, Goku has been proving that he can actually surpass his limit even in battle. So,
Even though he never really won a fight in the anime until the
exactly,
end.
exactly, yes. So continuing with the Golden Frieza saga, this was also an adaptation from the film, but they actually add some other stuff into it. What other kind of stuff into it did you find out, Egusairo?
Well, really, the only thing that I found really interesting that they added was that Tagoma got switched with Captain Ginyu, and he
Yeah.
just started wrecking everybody.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, because that was a really small detail right there. Like, they know they revived everyone on Namek, but actually people or beings who actually died in Namek, and Ginyu was part of it. I'm like,
No,
wow.
no, remember, they didn't revive the people from Namek. They wished to get them away because all the Namekians ended up in the spaceship. But the
Yeah,
reason Ginyu
exactly.
survived is because he had gotten switched with the frog,
Yeah,
and the frog got
exactly.
on the spaceship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good detail right there. Thanks for clarifying it. Yeah. Anything
But it was
else?
interesting to see him back.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It was really funny though. Anything else from that saga? Well, they gained the blue transformation, which is the Super Saiyan God Blue Super Saiyan, which Vegeta resumed it to blue, and which is better than SSJSS, in my honest opinion. So,
It would be SSJG SSJ.
yeah, exactly. It's just too freaking long. Super Saiyan. See, Super Saiyajin Godo. Super Saiyajin. Yeah. Oh my god. um, any other detail from that Golden Frieza saga? Ah,
from that.
well, we can say that the Z Fighters, they had their own spotlight in the film and also in the anime, which we got Krillin back, we got Tien, we got um, we got Piccolo, we got the freaking slacker Gohan. Uh, who else was in this fight against all the Frieza minions? Or
Roshi was there. I know.
yeah,
I think Chatsu was with Yamcha. I think.
yeah. The Yamcha never made it, right?
No.
No. Oh my gosh, man, poor guy. Anyways, anything else from Golden Frieza Saga so we can move on?
I would say no.
All right, so let's move on with Universe 6 Saga, which things will get interesting here, which is there's no adaptation of a film here. This is a unique saga from the actual anime. So the things that I really like about this one was that they introduced new characters from other universes, and we actually met Beerus' brother, which is Champa. They both really good rivals there. Um, we get to meet Hit. We get to meet Kava. We got to meet Frost,
Like,
right?
yep.
Who else?
There was also Mageta and Botamo.
Mageta and yes, that's the robot, right?
Yeah,
Or
Mageta's the robot, Botamo's the Winnie the Pooh.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the yellow. Okay. So what did you find interesting in this saga?
I love this saga because ever since in Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, when Beerus says like, "Oh, I'm not the only god of destruction. There's actually a lot more." I was like, "So wait, they're gonna introduce a multiverse into Dragon Ball?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for it so much. And when the Universe 6 arc came along, I was very impressed because they did it so well. It's like, oh, these two have a rivalry, so that's why the universes are gonna end up fighting.
Yeah.
They explain to us a lot of details, like the fact that the universes come in pairs, that in total they always give 13. And the characters, most of them in the saga were interesting,
Yes.
except for Magetta and Botamo. I really didn't like them much. But Frost was an interesting take on Frieza
Yeah.
because he looked like he was gonna be at least decently as strong as him. But no, we find out that he was basically cheating and using poison, which is
Exactly. Yeah.
very underhanded, sort of like Frieza,
Yeah.
but not on the same scale.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Kaba, which when you look at Kaba,
Kaba
it's
was special.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah, he's first of all another Saiyan that's alive.
Yeah.
And we find out that in this universe, planet Sadala,
Yeah.
because it's now planet Vegeta,
Yeah.
planet Sadala is alive and well, and the Saiyans are warriors, but they are not violent
Exactly like the
warriors.
ones in this one.
Yeah, they're more like protectors of the universe.
Yeah.
And I like the dynamic that they introduced between Kaba and Vegeta because they gave Vegeta like this person to train,
Yeah. The
his
teacher.
own protege.
The sensei.
Yeah, and I love the way that he made him turn Super Saiyan because he's like, "Oh, you have to access your rage." Oh, but I don't know, no, blah. Okay, then I'm gonna kill your whole world and your family after this tournament is done.
Yeah. Hey, working
That
with
got
the
him.
head. Yeah, that got him. That got him really hard. Like. Yeah. I really like Kava and that I think that was like the most impactful part of the tournament. Because it's more than just a character development. It's more like we all love Saiyans, and we just don't want to see Goku and Vegeta all the freaking time. And they brought us this new kind of Saiyans, and like seeing Vegeta as a sensei type, make me feel like, wow, Vegeta. Uh, right now, it's like they're putting, you know, the really knowledge of the level of the Saiyan that Vegeta is, because Vegeta has been living in Planet Vegeta also more than Goku has. Of course, Goku, like, I think he never saw Planet Vegeta. Um, and taking that, you know, knowledge from Vegeta and putting it to this saga, like, wow, that is right there. That is history right there. That is what Vegeta is right now. I mean, Vegeta fans were like hyping this, you know, this moment right now, like Vegeta for the win. You know, I give props to Vegeta, and seeing Vegeta as a teacher and as a mentor to this one, I was like, man, that is respecting this character, and I'm like, thank you, Akira, for not forgetting Vegeta, even though you don't like him. But yeah, it's true. I mean, at least, you know, that I kind of felt like, wow, they should call this Vegeta moment saga. Because it was a really cool development for him and Kaba too, introducing that new character as a new Saiyan, and
Yeah.
getting hopes up for us saying, you know, Saiyan fans, that there's more Saiyans in that universe. Like, oh man, at least they're not extinct. So yeah,
Yeah, and they say that they're gonna visit Sadala.
exactly. That's like, wow, that's more Saiyans. That's good. So anything else about this Universe 6 saga?
Yeah, the most important detail of this saga for me, that a lot of people I think will agree with me, the introduction of Hit.
Yes.
Because aside from with when he went back in time, those few minutes,
Right.
with Hit showed a power that nobody ever in the Dragon Ball universe had anything even similar to him.
Exactly.
His time skip ability.
Yeah.
And it was interesting how he could stop time for zero point 0.1 second. That you say, oh, that's not any amount of time at all. But in Dragon Ball, they've been moving at light speed
Mm-hmm.
before Namek.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, zero point 0.1 second is a big time difference.
Yeah, it is.
And you see how Hit is able to stop time, move around, and hit his opponents in his vital spots. And basically, Goku uses Vegeta as a punching bag for Hit. Like, okay, he's gonna beat the crap out of him, and I'm gonna see what he's doing. Then I'll go down and fight.
Exactly.
And Goku notices, oh, so he's basically moving this way. And when Hit uses the time stop on Goku, he hits him the first few times. And then Goku starts countering him. He starts reading his movement so well that even if he stops time, Goku reacts.
Mm-hmm.
And that forces Hit to do something that Goku does constantly. And it was to surpass his own limits in the fight. By the end of it, I think he could stop time for a full second. I don't remember exactly how much time, but I remember that even when he did stop time, Goku kept on moving, which was another interesting point because now Goku is a being that could destroy the universe potentially, and is a character that has broken the laws of time,
Mm-hmm.
which just shows how powerful the guy really is. But what I did like is that even if he did get powerful, again, he was against an opponent like him. And he said, like, hey, I really can't hold the Kaioken God form much longer. So I'm just going to forfeit and you're going to win. Which was also another amazing thing. When Goku did the Super Saiyan God Kaioken, everybody lost it.
Yeah. Totally. I think that
And
was
I
the
loved
first
it.
time he tried it, right?
Yeah, because before that, the Kaioken had only been used against Vegeta, I
Yeah.
think,
Mm-hmm.
was the last time he used it.
Yeah, he did.
No, wait, he used it in Namek.
Namek against Frieza.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he did. I think at first, but then he just turned Super Saiyan 1.
Yeah, and it was funny because everybody's like, "Oh, he's just screaming. What's the point?" And then Vegeta's like, "I can feel what he's doing. Only I know what he's doing." And then when he screams Kaioken, everybody fangirled.
Totally, like even people who who forgot there was a series of Dragon Ball came to watch that part, and they came to watch the whole series because of that part, because it brought back something so iconic in the past because of that lore of Kaioken from Kaio-sama, right? Because Kaio-sama was the one who taught him that, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. So that's bringing back nostalgia. That's bringing back uh, the roots of what Dragon Ball is, and that was the punch right there. Like Goku had no other chance just to like power up with a really harmful technique like the Kaioken to at least match up with Hit. I mean, I like Hit in everything. I thought he was like, man, who is this guy? He's a hitman. He's an assassin. I'm like, I really want to know his background so much. We still haven't got a lot about his background yet, but I hope that Akira just at least do a mini, manga just like he's doing with Yamcha right now. Just like a dude, side story
is it?
for him because he's a really interesting character. Like he's an assassin. He has something, the lore. He has some. He has to have some lore behind all of that. Time skip. How he learned about that. It's something that I have not seen before either in a Dragon Ball series as a whole.
Yeah, and overall, I love the arc because it also introduced us to Zeno. So
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
sort of like established the hierarchy of the series.
Exactly.
And besides that, I found it very funny that again Goku did not win because people say, "Oh, Dragon Ball is always the same. Goku fights against this person, they lose. He gets a brand new power up and beats the person." But that cannot be further from the truth because in
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Super, the only power ups he got were the Super Saiyan God in Battle of Gods,
Mm-hmm.
which he already had from the movie, the Super Saiyan Blue, which he already had in the Frieza movie,
Exactly.
and after that, he didn't get any other power ups until he got the Ultra Instinct.
Instinct.
And
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct is more of a technique than a
And
power
then
up
a power up. Exactly.
because it doesn't make you stronger or anything. It just makes your body reacts by itself,
Yeah.
giving you sharper movements, making you hit harder.
Exactly. So now, um, so we're finished with the Universe 6 saga.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the Future Trunks saga, which this one was a lot complicated as story wise. Not story wise, more like the lore of Future Trunks had been doing in the actual future, and it was it was kind of messy at the beginning. I don't know about you, but for me, I was like, okay, who is this Black? Who is this? Why is Future Trunks here again? Um, who is this guy Zamas? This Kai Samas who actually challenged Goku in the beginning, and and then he felt
Got
so
lost him.
heartbroken. This was a really complex because this song was really complex in terms of characters. Who was that character? Who is doing all this stuff? And all of that. I mean, like it was really interesting. I was like, man, like Dragon Ball has never gone extremely deep in characters and future and the past. It felt more complex than the freaking Terminator and the freaking Back to the Future at some point. I mean, I don't know about you.
Well, the thing is, I didn't find it too complicated because one
Okay,
of my favorite video games is Kingdom Hearts,
right.
and I can perfectly follow Kingdom Hearts story. And anyone who's a Kingdom Hearts fan knows how hard that is. So Future Trunks Saga, I loved it because they used elements that they had touched on before
Mm-hmm.
and they build from them. Because when I saw Goku Black, I'm like, wait, where did he come from? And
Exactly.
then they eventually reveal, like, oh, Samazu got the dead Goku's body,
From
used
the
the Dragon Ball
from the past of what's
from when he had the heart attack and died,
exactly, yeah.
which is again something that comes back from Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wishes that his soul would be in Goku's body, which was very interesting to me. And the fact that Samasu planned everything so well, and you're like, oh, but how did he kill all the gods of destruction if Goku couldn't beat them?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you see that he didn't attack the gods. He destroyed the Supreme Kais, which were their
Exactly.
pairs.
Exactly. Wow.
And overall, the arc was good because I love Trunks. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorite characters. And they really developed a lot of characters like Vegeta. He got some development. Goku, he didn't get as much development, barely any.
Vegito came back.
Yes,
Yep, that fan service right there. Oh gosh,
yeah, and
that
that's
was so
another thing
cool.
because people are like, "Oh no, they retconned the Potaras." Well, they never actually said why the Potaras unfused them when they got inside Boo.
Exactly.
So that was people assuming, but they never actually told us like, "Oh, this is how they work." Here we got an explanation.
Exactly.
And Trunks got a lot of development. Even Mai got development.
Yeah. I
So
mean
I
that.
love that they used the characters they had so well.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't have to go like all overboard. And the animations for the
Wow.
fights
Was
in that arc
gorgeous.
amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous. I mean that last fight right there, like Vegito and freaking fighting few Samas with the black and the Samas merged together. Like, oh my gosh, this is wow. The animation that like 5 minute fight, like man, this is godlike. Like I was like fanning out all the way. Gorgeous animation, gorgeous fight, and choreography. Something that Z was lacking a bit because what we saw in Z back in the day was like punch and kicks, and not of a lot of variety of choreography. But in this one, they went all the way, like not just the animation help, but the actual we all know that Goku and Vegeta know how to fight. It's not just punch and kicks. You can grab, you can throw key blasts, you can do whatever you wanted. They had no one to protect in the area because everything was destroyed. I mean, they 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 went all out. I mean, and that last blow from Trunks, wow, that was
You
so
mean the
iconic.
third sword?
Yeah, man, that spirit sword. Spirit sword,
Not to
get
be confused with
longer.
the spirit bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Spirit sword, spirit bomb sword, whatever. It was glory, man. I was like, damn, that is. I was really happy that they didn't give the win to Goku or Vegeta. I was like, man, this is how you create a really good series. I mean, this was Trunks' problem. This was Strong's timeline. This was Trunks' bad guy. So what Goku and Vegeta did there was to help him out. You know, like people got mad because why Vegeta this? Why Goku didn't win again? Why Vegeta's always a weakling? I'm like, come on, guys. A good series supposed to be more reasonable like this one. I mean, not the protagonist doesn't always win, doesn't always have the spotlight like we always say. Um, there's other characters also that needs their spotlight because they just don't need it. It's just that it just go with what it is in the story. You cannot just change that because that Vegeta spotlight or whatever. I mean, like, I was really happy that Future Trunks had this moment because back in the day when he was fighting Cell, Cell killed his ass. I'm like, damn it. It was a waste. I'm like, I really wanted to see Trunks at least fight him a little bit more when he was fighting Cell. Like, and then Gohan just, kill Cell and end of the game. But at least Future Trunks, gave that, Akira Toriyama gave him that moment. Or the animators. Or the directors.
Yeah, they gave him a unique transformation because when he was getting trained by Vegeta, everybody was thinking, "Oh, he's gonna get Super Saiyan God."
Exactly,
But
yeah.
no, what he got was the Rage mode, which is a transformation exclusive to him right now.
Yeah.
And all in all, the animation again gorgeous.
Yeah, top notch.
I found
Man.
the story to be very well written.
Me too. I think it's
Although
one of the best ones.
the only problem I found with Dark, the only one was that Zeno-sama did not do anything about, like, oh, all these gods are dying, and the angels didn't do anything. It's like,
Yeah,
well, it's happening.
yeah. There was a little bit of plot hole there, but we can also see if angels don't give. Some of the angels don't give a damn. We have seen it in the Tournament of Power. Like,
Yeah, but do you really think Quiz would have let him do it?
it was another timeline. I don't think that that future of Trunks was like the same as the one we usually see. They're different. It's that time changed.
Yeah, but
so
remember, Wiz has been Bill's teacher a long time, so as soon as Bill's would have died, Wiz would have been like, okay, someone did something. Let's find them. Let's take them down.
well, maybe since that strict rule of we cannot mess with the past or anything like that.
Yeah, but if Beerus would have died, he would be messing with the present.
Well, of course. Well, plot holes, that happens in any series. I mean, we can't say that Dragon Ball Super was perfect either. So
yeah, but so far, Future Trunks saga and Dragon Ball Super has been my favorite saga, like in all Dragon Ball.
Yeah, they really did well. Anything else about this saga that you want to talk about? Anything else so we can move on?
I'd say that's about it. Like everyone got good character development,
Yeah.
good fights, and also check out the English dub because in the English dub, when Goku and Vegeta and Trunks arrive to the future, they say, "Oh, we're gonna shoot you and we're gonna avenge our friends," at Goku. And remember, he's called Goku Black,
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
evil version.
Exactly.
And Trunks goes like, "Wait, don't shoot! This man is not black." And
Yeah,
I'm
I've
like,
seen it. That is
oh
so
my
racist. Wait, this guy ain't black. He ain't a Negro.
that was really messed up.
Yeah, man, that was like, oh my gosh, this like English version always makes it like really racist. But we all know, us fans, we all know who was black. I mean, oh my gosh. Anyways, we will continue with the Universe Survival Saga, which is the tournament before the Tournament of Power. Let's talk about what actually happened before, which was these kind of like trials.
The Zen exhibition.
Yeah, those things in which the team was different. Boo was there, Majin Buu was there, Gohan was there, Vegeta, Goku, etc. Piccolo, Those five, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Um,
wait. The Zen exhibition match was Goku, Boo, and Gohan.
Gokubu, Gohan. See, but yeah, because I think Vegeta had something, right? He needed to stay.
Yeah, because of Bula.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Now I remember. Okay, then. Wow. What can we say about that little start right there? I mean, um, overall, I mean, this was kind of like Goku's idea of doing the tournament. He talked to both Zeno Sama because he brought one from the Future Trunks uh timeline, and there's two Samas. I mean, there's two Zeno Sama, and he talked about the tournament. He wanted to do a tournament. Then this the father of all, the angel, who was actually making the rules. But actually, before that happened, I mean, they did this kind of mini tournament of, you know, I think it was, I see it like a warm up because I like one of the things I really like here is that at least Gohan in this, in this saga was like, yeah, I'm going to train, because he was taking things seriously, because he actually felt that he was weak. Finally, he realizes that, and that he needed to protect his own family. But if he's a weakling, he can't protect them. So I think that was a really good statement for him to train again, to become stronger. Um, at least in that, I could give the creator Akira the props. Not forgetting about Gohan. I mean, he's a really iconic character. The other thing I really like about that mini tournament right there was freaking Boo. Freaking Boo was fighting like really like a badass. I think he was fighting with one of the wolves or one of the, I don't remember who he was fighting at.
He was fighting against one of the wolves. I think Gohan fought against Lavender, Goku fought against Belgamo,
Yeah.
and I forgot which one was Boo's opponent. Maybe it was Lavender, I don't remember well. But yeah, they were fighting against the trio of the Dangers.
Yeah. Um, and wow, I was like, okay, that Boo knows how, he never forgot how to fight, and like that animation right there was like, wow, that is a really cool animation. Um, Boo felt like a freaking boss, and I like that. The other thing that I like is that I think Topo was introduced there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I needed to clarify that. I'm trying to recount and remember, because this was like last year when we actually see this mini tournament. I think it was the fight with Goku against the other wolf, right? Right?
Belgamo, yeah.
Yeah, the other wolf, the other Choo Choo. So I think, yeah, Goku blast something, and then Topo tanked it with his big arms. We did not know who was Topo was back then. I mean, he was covered up with um I don't know, with a,
Edgy Hoodie.
yeah, as a hoodie. And that built up a really good mystery there. But Topo actually fights Goku in that tournament, right? At the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna let you talk. So, just tell me what are your favorite, at that mini tournament.
Well, in the Zen exhibition match, my favorite moments were when Goku basically used Belgamo's own strength against him. Like, oh, so basically you get bigger every time I hit you.
Hit you, yeah.
Okay. He got him so big to the point where he could barely move around the stage, and Goku used that against him, and he teaches him like, "Hey, in the tournament of power, don't do that. Otherwise, you're gonna be a huge target, and you
Yeah.
will lose." And then there was the moment where Gohan was fighting against Lavender. That Lavender basically
You still there?
knows that getting blinded and poisoned at the same time is
Mm,
not fun.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But basically, you saw Gohan like, oh, this is the results of how I've been training with Piccolo. I'm getting stronger. I'm becoming who I used to be. And it showed him that he wasn't kidding around anymore.
Exactly. That felt hope. For those Gohan fans out there, he just like, man, I just lost hope because Gohan is just a shitty character right now. But right now, I'm like, okay, he's beginning to train again. So after Topo fight, Goku, it was a really fun fight. We saw what Topo could do at the moment because he this wasn't really serious. I mean, they weren't fighting for real. We can all see that. So after this mini tournament, it was like Goku was getting the Z fighters together. He was recruiting some old characters, really cool characters, such as um, obviously Vegeta, 17 and 18, Master Roshi, Tien, Krillin, who else? Because
Skinny Boo.
Skinny Boo, man, I will really want to, see Skinny Boo fighting that tournament, but he fell asleep and he got fat again, and then Goku needed to go to Frieza, and
Is that
yeah,
one of the reasons I think they didn't add Boo to the tournament is because you remember the no killing rule?
yeah, the no killing rule, yeah, mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. Goku could have turned them into chocolate and eaten them. And remember that when he eats a chocolate, it goes
That kills
to
them, yeah,
the person in in another dimension. It doesn't kill them.
kill them, yeah,
So
yeah. That's
technically speaking, he could have turned everyone into chocolate, eaten them, and nobody would have died.
hmm, yeah, that's a good, interesting fact right there. But I think the reason why. I mean, one the speculating here is that it wouldn't be that impactful if it was Boo. I mean, we love Boo. He was a really cool bad guy, and now he's a really cool good guy with the Z fighters. But the same impact that Frieza will bring us in that tournament of power would never be the same. So I think it was already planned out. Uh, so um, so he actually recruit Frieza. He recruit yeah, I think I said them all. When he was recruiting 17, I was like, wow, is 17 really strong? Like, I mean, he's been protecting this island for a long time. He's been training, he said, and like I like that, Goku and him, had a really good dialogue there and had that mini fight, that mini sparring match. He also had a lot of sparring matches with Skinny Boo, with Gohan, with Krillin, and I really like that, short stuff because it brought me back with, okay, even though Goku is beyond their power, it shows that Goku is very humble in fighting, and it shows them that he's a really good heart. He has a really good heart, and he's not this like snobbish fighter who's like recruiting the strongest one. I mean, Goku was recruiting the smartest ones right here. I mean, um, that's why he didn't recruit Goten or Trunks because they were kids and I mean, uh, to be real, they wouldn't take things serious over there. I know they're powerful, more powerful than freaking Tian or Roshi, but you know there has to be strategy also. That's what they all bring us in that tournament of power. So, anyways, um, so he recruits everyone. They were all surprised that Frieza was in the team. No one wanted Frieza in the team because of obviously what Frieza has done in the past. Um, Also with 17, we can relate to what Piccolo's been thinking because Piccolo was the last one who that fight him in Dragon Ball Z, but fighting to death. Like one of the really cool fights I've found in Dragon Ball Z. Like really perfect fight. Like uh, wow, it's just gorgeous. Anyways, um, so here we start with the Tournament of Power. After we, am I skipping something?
I don't think so.
No, okay. So this Tournament of Power, there's the universe. Not all of them. I think there was how many of them? I even forgot because I lost the count.
There were 8 of them in
8
the
of them?
tournament.
Yeah, because Zeno-sama destroyed some of them before the
No,
tournament.
remember they chose the 8 with the lowest mortal levels. 4 of the universes were not competing in the tournament.
Because they were destroyed or something.
No, there were 12 universes currently. There used to be 18. Zenosama destroyed 6.
Okay.
And in the tournament, out of the 12 that were left, 8 were competing.
Wow. So the tournament starts, and this is like a battle royale. This is like a Fortnite or a PUBG type of Dragon Ball Z. So
I didn't think about it that way.
yeah, it's we saw a lot of stuff here. We saw development from Roshi, really honorable because we could actually honor these characters by watching them fight, watching what they do, watching how they team up, the teamwork they had, because they were all different in their own way because they a lot of them went their own way at the beginning. Like I'm fighting this way, I'm fighting that way, and Gohan, since he was the leader, he had no control of them. So, well, they just part of different ways and let's fight. This is a battle royale. This is an all-out battle, and yeah, that's how it started. Everyone it took their own way to fight. So you continue. I'm getting fatigued right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the interesting things in the tournament is that we got to see other universes in it and characters from the universes that you wouldn't have thought that were there. Like, for example, there was a universe that had Yard Rats. There was a universe that had the Tuffles.
Mm-hmm.
That, if you remember, the Tuffles went to war with the Saiyans in the 7th universe. But
Indeed.
when the tournament starts, the pacing is as hectic as you think it's gonna be. Everybody's fighting, everybody's looking around, and obviously everybody wants to try to eliminate Goku first.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the Z fighters trying to not use all their stamina
Mm-hmm.
because they know, oh, if we use it all now, they're gonna eliminate us quick.
Exactly. Smart.
The first universe to target them was the, I don't remember the number of the universe, but it was the one with the Trio of the Dangers. And they got mud stomped.
Yeah.
Like, Goku and Vegeta basically eliminated the whole universe alone.
Yeah.
And that's when we see the first Rager. Like, they go, oh, this universe gets eliminated, and they get erased.
And when they get erased, like everyone stopped fighting.
Yeah, because then they realize,
This is for real.
shit, this is serious.
Yeah, it's for real.
Like this isn't a kiddie fight over at the pool in the
Yeah,
YMCA. This is serious.
yeah, the stakes were really high to continue.
Yeah, and in the tournament we got to see a lot of character development. Like you said, like we saw Roshi not backing down, taking out as many people as he could, and playing a pivotal role in the tournament.
Hmm.
Because he took a lot of characters out that would have given the Z Fighters a bit of trouble.
With the Mafuba.
Yeah, and he used it multiple times, which
Yeah,
was impressive.
yeah.
And then we see characters like uh 17, who took out Ribrianne from Universe 2,
Freaking
thank God.
Ribrianne, oh my god. Freaking Ribrianne.
Just remember, she's still alive. But 17, she, even with a broken ankle, she kept on fighting throughout the tournament. She kept on persevering no matter what came her way. And that was really cool. And then you see 17, which in my opinion got the most character development out of anyone,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
because he used to be like, oh, I don't care about human squishy stuff or whatever, blah blah. And in the tournament, he did become more human.
Yeah.
He cared about others. He got worried. He was the MVP of the tournament, not because he won, but he got the most eliminations. He took out some of the hardest characters.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
helped strategize,
yeah, and
and
he actually hurt one of the most powerful characters there. The first one who actually managed to hurt him,
yeah,
Jiren.
and he also saved Goku and Vegeta from getting eliminated.
Exactly.
And they did pull a fast one on us, because I thought that 17 got. I thought he killed himself to
Yeah,
stop Jiren's attack.
what I thought, that everyone thought that he got blasted with Jiren's blast, and he also self-destruct, but he actually resisted that. Like, I'm like, what? I was like so surprised. I'm like, did you actually tank your own stuff with Jiren's blast? Dude! Like, man, what level are you? Like, I know you're a freaking Terminator, but gosh, man, the things there's a lot of characters here. There's a lot. I mean, Jiren, he was introduced, and he was like this kind of like meditation guy. Goku faces him, and then he just like blasting with he tried everything. He blasting with the freaking Genki Dama. That didn't work. Uh, he got the Ultra Instinct. The first one, because he didn't have that gray hair yet, and then he just like he actually fights Jiren in a certain level, but he actually managed to get into him, into his fighting struggle a little bit, because Jiren just never struggled with Vegeta or Goku at the beginning of the tournament. So there was also the development with Vegeta versus Toppo. Now, we mentioned Toppo later in this podcast, which he was introduced fighting with Goku, etc. But we never knew that Toppo was actually a contender for God of Destruction, right? Because he was actually born with something like that. If I'm wrong, I don't know if he was actually born with this power, or
No, he trained for it.
He trained for it. Yeah, because you actually need to train for destruction level power, and we actually see Vegeta actually tanking his own, Toppo's attack, because I mean, Vegeta gained this other transformation, right? Some kind of blue type of transformation. It was a more bluish type of hair with glow eyes. It was really cool. It was really unique. He had his own transformation, and I loved it because it was separated. What was with Goku, I never wanted to be the same. Like Vegeta gained the Ultra Instinct, like he always like imitating Goku. No, what I really want to just Vegeta to do his own thing, and that's what they brought us, and he actually eliminated a god of literally a god of destruction. Like he actually had that god of destruction power, and you can see like Beerus and the other, yeah, I think it was Beerus, like, yeah, explaining what god of the god of destruction power needs to recharge or something. He needs to do this and that. I'm like, dude, thanks for the explanation, but Vegeta is about to just kick this guy's ass, and he just did. He eliminated his ass. Like, I was surprised. I don't know about you, but I was very surprised about that. And that's a really good development as fighting, and as because Vegeta, he made a promise to Kaba. I think it was in the tournament, this tournament, and Kaba had other friends. Saying friends, we got Kale and Caulifla, right?
Kel and Caulifla, yes.
Yeah, those two are Goku's apprentices because they're both crazy, especially Kefla, right? Kefla.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That fusion was crazy.
Yeah, the most crazy. Kawa is more like Vegeta type of, that's my sensei. So we got different fights here, guys. I'm going back and forth because this was literally the tournament. It was back and forth on different fights. We finally got a Saiyan versus Saiyan fight because the last Saiyan versus Saiyan fight was Goku versus Vegeta, and I think that will be it because they never fight a real fight. When Vegeta really turned to Majin Vegeta, so. We got that. We got the fusion of Kale and Kefla, which was Caulifla, right?
Kel and Caulifla make Kefla.
Kefla, exactly. I got confused here. So we got this fusion. Goku was before before he fought these two. He was already drained. He was already tired about he fought Jiren. He got his ass kicked. So he was fighting these two Saiyan girls. One of them is oh my god, Kale is the
Kel's the Broly.
Yeah, exactly, the Broly girl. Yeah, the legendary Super Saiyan. So he fights them both. And he tries to demonstrate the power scale of the Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and then he got into the red version of the god, and then he got the blue version of the god, and then it was back and forth, guys. It was a really cool fight. Now, when things got really serious is when they got the Potara earrings and they fused, and then Goku got he managed to the most coolest thing about the tournament is that he actually skateboarded this freaking skateboarded the fusion of Kale, right? Whatever. You remember that part, don't you? Like this,
yeah.
There's no way you could forget about this part. I mean,
it was a point blank Kamehameha. Exactly. I think most people agree it's the best Kamehameha ever used in the series.
Exactly. I mean, he used this with the Ultra Instinct, so he was like, man, like using his instinct were like top notch. He was still tired. I mean, like. Wow, the Goku actually is a fighting genius, like reminding us he actually, even though he's tired, he is a fighting genius. He always, looked for a way out and eliminated her. And yeah, eliminated both of them. And it was that iconic part of, because they repeated that part like 4 times, like,
3 times.
It was so freaking good. I was like, damn, that is just godlike right there. Like, wow, it's iconic. Um, you continue. What other cool stuff happened?
Well, other than that, most eliminations were normal, I guess. It's funny because Vegeta in the tournament, he was like, "Oh, I want Ultra Instinct. I want Ultra Instinct." He even took a beating from
Yeah, he was
Captain, whatever he
trying. He
was,
was trying.
and then he's like, "You know what? Screw it. You get Ultra Instinct. I'll beat you my own way."
Mm-hmm.
And we even see him when he was normal Super Saiyan. He goes towards Jiren, and when Jiren starts throwing his punches, Vegeta reads them and he moves out of the way, which was very impressive because it shows that okay, I'm not gonna need a power up to get stronger. I'll do it by myself. Yeah, he got a power up, but he got it because he kept on going. And in the end, when he got eliminated, you see him give Goku his energy, like, here, I'm trusting you. Finish it. Which was very impressive because before that, Vegeta always gave, whenever he did give Goku energy, he gave it to him reluctantly doing so. Like, he didn't want to, but he had to.
Yeah.
Here, he chose to, like, I trust you. Here, have it. And that was a very touching moment because that was the last time we heard Satoru Iwata
Yeah.
acting as Bulma.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it emotion. There was a lot of emotional moments in this tournament too. It wasn't just fighting. I mean, the stakes were high. A lot of characters were raised, such as the Universe 6. I really felt really bad when Beerus just like lost his brother. I mean, like, wow, this is even though his brother is like a knucklehead, he's goofy, he's fat, he's he's always out of shape, but we could tell that Beerus likes loves his brother in a certain way. I mean, like, and that moment when because that Universe 6 was really are really part of our um, because there were Universe 6, there was Hit, there was Kaba, the two other Saiyans girls, the big Winnie the Pooh, the big robot, you know those were in the Universe 6 saga, and we relate to those characters, and seeing them gone was like, wow, this is not looking good. Even though at the end that we all knew that they were gonna come back, but you
Yeah, but
know,
there's one problem with them coming back. Just one. You remember the two Namekians that basically fused with their whole planet to save the universe?
yeah.
Yeah, now they're gonna have to go back.
Yeah, yeah, you got that right.
So it's like, so, wanna
um,
go out on a date? No homo?
yeah, no homie. Yeah, no homie. Like,
Yeah,
um,
but also another touching moment that really hurt was when Gohan eliminates Obuni and he sees the necklace.
yeah, dude. He had a family too. Like, it's like reflecting that even Gohan has also a family. Like, seeing yourself as the bad guy who eliminated that universe. It's kind of it's hard to take.
Yeah, and then there was, well, Goku getting stronger, breaking his limits.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the tournament had a role to play.
Yeah,
Everybody did something
if you haven't
important.
seen this series or you're very skeptical about, I'm always gonna watch Dragon Ball Z and GT is better than Super. Like, shut up. You don't know anything. Like, right now, Super stomps GT and surpasses a lot of good, a lot of stuff in Z. A lot of stuff in Z. And I'm not gonna take the nostalgic out because I also been watching, for us Puerto Ricans, we all know Chevy, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
cool.
Yeah, you remember him?
No, I don't know who he is.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, he used to broadcast Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. I forgot the channel. I think it was channel 2 or 4. I barely remember, but he brought Dragon Ball Z here in Puerto Rico, Um, so even though we had Cartoon Network, but we actually had the Spanish version here because of him. And yeah, that's the nostalgia part that I always will always remember. But Dragon Ball Super has a lot of good stuff. Because of this tournament of power, there's a lot of really cool elements here that I it wasn't really predictable. Really, it wasn't like it was hard for me to just say, he's gonna get eliminated next. He's gonna be the same old, same old. No, that I was wrong the whole time. I was like, yeah, there was stuff that will be like, okay, then he's gonna be eliminated next, but not as you would thought he would get eliminated. Stuff like that. Um, so what else actually happened in this tournament other than just the Saiyans? Um, Jiren is a powerful motherfucker. Jiren is a freaking beast from start. I mean,
I think that's the only thing. uh
yeah, you keep on.
I think that's the only thing we have left to discuss, like the final fight against Jiren.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give 17 props because he was the one who actually got into Jiren's mind. In terms of his past and being human, because he actually became human in the tournament, and just slapping his face at like, man, dude, you're just telling Jiren that he's so selfish in a certain way, like, man, like 17 actually has, man, like, he has a brain. Something that all these characters don't have, like Frieza. Like, I like Frieza in this tournament too. Like, he was phenomenal. I like Frieza in this tournament. He was still that bad guy, but he still has to act that good guy to not kill someone or get eliminated. I mean, I love when he actually he fooled Frost.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny as hell. I was like, he got you good. Like, man, and then Frost tried to like strike him from the bleachers. I'm gonna call it the bleachers. And then Zenosawa just erased him, like, bam, you cannot attack from over there. He gets eliminated anyways.
Yeah, and that's another thing when Goku goes Ultra Instinct. Like, okay, it goes sort of like you expected it the first time. Like, his hits aren't doing much effect, but after that, when he finally masters it, it's a completely different story. Like, he has Jiren completely on the ropes,
Mm-hmm.
and Jiren powers up again, which we did not see coming. Like, I honestly thought that was it.
Yeah,
But
dude.
the impressive part is that Goku backed him into a corner so bad, Jiren completely lost it and he attacked the stands. Like, I'm sure Jiren didn't do it with the intention of killing, more so to prove a point, because I don't think Jiren thought he was gonna get past 12 angels.
At all. I mean, I think most of these attacks were deadly. Let's
Yeah,
be
but
real.
the angels could have stopped it. If it came to it, the angels would have stopped any deadly attack towards them.
But man, these are multiverse attacks, like blowing up planets and stars, dude. Like, like in Jiren's level, I mean, like that. I mean, when Jiren just like I think he did like a beam, like a sort of a sun, and then he turned it like a really mini sun, and then he blasted into Goku. Jiren even had I mean, his eyes had muscles, and then he just attacked with his own eyes too. Like, Jiren was everything. Like, the like 17, like he was the only one who would just find his weakness of being so selfish, and that. I mean, I can get that Jiren has this type of martial arts because that is a real type of martial arts, like no feelings at all. Like, you can actually manage to win any fight and get stronger by just having no friends, just be egoist, being a really um, egoist to your own self too, because you just don't have feelings at all.
Yeah,
And
but that's not true because when you feel like that and you think you can train alone and get stronger by yourself, that is not true
yeah,
because remember,
exactly.
you can only get so far by yourself. Because, example, look at everybody who's passed the Halo campaign on Legendary and then steps online.
Yeah. That's a
It's
good.
like a completely different ball
Different.
game because those
Yes.
people have played against others.
Exactly. Yeah,
But the thing is,
and in the same as single player, multiplayer.
yeah, but the
Hmm.
thing is, after Jiren attacked the stands, Goku reflects the attack and he's like, I will not forgive those who try to hurt my friends, even though Tien is on his team, Frieza's on his team, both 17 and 18 are on his team, Piccolo is on his team. So maybe don't say you won't forgive them, because
Yes.
you probably won't.
Yep.
But then he just takes out Jiren and he's gonna eliminate him finally. But then we see like energy coming out of Goku's back, and everybody instantly fought Frieza.
Yeah, I'm like, what, Frieza? Oh, come on! But then
Yeah,
Frieza.
then they said like, oh no, he just ran out of energy,
Yeah,
and it took on his body. And
everybody
Frieza in
blaming
17,
Frieza.
yeah, and Frieza in 17, then they
Yeah,
take
the
the fight,
MVP.
and then Goku jumps in, and then comes what is, in my opinion, the best scene ever in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Frieza and
When you
Goku.
see Frieza and Goku working together,
Yeah,
like physically fighting him, while 17's like, okay, you guys fight him, you be ADCs, I'm gonna be support.
yeah, that's like villain, protagonist, MVP versus the antagonist. That is the most. That is history. They just made history in that one episode, man.
Yeah, although I can't imagine what Bardock and King Cold were thinking in hell.
They're like, what are they doing? Like, man, like we should kill ourselves even more right now. Like, but
Yeah,
wow,
but
dude, it's I can guarantee that I have I would have never thought this day will come because we've seen. I mean, Saiyans still hate, Frieza rays, and Frieza rays always hated Saiyans like the whole freaking time. Like that's just story right there. The lore never changes. But if you really want to win a tournament, you need to you need to work as a team. Whether just keeping your promise, but actually, getting together to just like let's just win this. Let's get over it. And they actually eliminated Jiren. Both of them
yeah,
because it needed to take all three of them to take Jiren out.
yeah, it was very interesting because then when they finally get eliminated, everybody's like, "Oh, we're proud of you, Jiren. You did it. You may think you didn't do it, but you did all of that for us, etc., etc." And then Goku's like, "Hey, let's fight again. Eventually, I want to see you again."
Mm-hmm.
And after that, well, everybody knows how it ended. Like
Yeah,
17 makes his
the
wish.
MVP.
Yeah, and he wishes for everybody to come back because the wish was predictable.
Yeah,
But the fact that 17 was the one to make it was
yeah.
interesting because
Was different.
no one
Mm,
expected him to ask for that.
exactly. I
And
mean,
then
he
they go
deserved
like,
it,
oh,
anyways.
yeah, and then they go like, oh, Zeno knew that this was gonna happen. If the result would have been any other wish, he would have eliminated the
Eliminate. Yeah,
universes.
yeah. As simple as that. And I like that they took that as the really uh big of a risk if they made a really selfish wish. So yeah, I guarantee you that this saga in particular was full of development, was full of new characters. It's full of that expanding more of the Dragon Ball universe. It's I'm really excited for more Dragon Ball. Um, getting to know all these characters, especially Jiren fighting Goku again, seeing Ultra Instinct again, uh, you know, and I'm really happy that 17 got his prize. He got his cruise. Uh, he got his wish. I mean, I like 17 more than I did before. He brought me a really good fight before with Piccolo and Dragon Ball Z. He brought a lot of good fights in the Tournament of Power. So I mean, like, wow, it's 17 is really good iconic character right now. And yeah. So what do you actually give 1 out of 10, or a rating for Dragon Ball Super in total?
In total, I would give it a 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Nice. It's really good. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. It's wow, it brought me some good old memories. It brought me everything that that I wanted, and some and a lot of things
And
that
stuff you didn't know you wanted.
yeah, both of them. So Super is not perfect, but it brought me a really good smile. It brought me
And it's
hope.
far from over.
Yeah, it brought me hope. It's other than, because I'm a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, and Yu Yu Hakusho will be my #1 anime above all of the 200 anime I've watched. I mean, Dragon Ball is there. I mean, he's in the top 10 for me. It's there for that grade of anime. And Super had a rough start, and then it finished with a really good, gorgeous animation and art, for the fans. And they did that, and they did it good. And I can't wait for the movie this December to just come out. It will be the first Dragon Ball Super movie. And I just hope for the best for the series to continue. And anything else you want to add?
I'll say for everybody to be alert and check out the news online, because as the time passes on, we will get a lot more details about the movie.
Yeah.
To also speculate and talk with the community about Dragon Ball stuff.
Right. Fully recommended, guys.
And
fully recommended.
yeah, I recommend Dragon Ball. If you just want to have a good time and you don't care about super dense plots, then yeah, Dragon Ball is definitely for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I like dense plots, but when it comes to action, I love action.
Yeah, exactly. Those who like martial arts, who like lasers and sci-fi, Dragon Ball is the right one for you. Don't be very skeptical. All you Dragon Ball Z fans who got stuck there or got stuck on Dragon Ball GT, please give Dragon Ball Super a chance. There's good stuff there. There's nostalgic stuff there, and there's new characters and old characters. So, well, this will be it, guys. I think, yeah. So, don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to Echo Cider Naito. I'll be linking in the description below. So yeah, guys, this is our review. This has been Zarapunky,
And Echo Cider Naito.
and we'll see you guys later. Until next time on Dragon Ball Z.